Nobody's Wife by Laura Pearson. Narrated by Stephanie Racine. Prologue. After the glasses had been emptied and discarded, lipstick smeared on their rims, after the polite chatter had stalled and the well-worn stories had been told, the guests set off for home, and just 3 remained. Emily sat with the 2 people she loved the most, trying not to choke on the silence, as night found its way into the room and kept falling. She started to trace her way back through the past year, to pick through the broken promises and mistakes and betrayals. But it was more than she could bear on that longest of days. She wanted to say she was sorry. She wanted to scream it. To Josephine, to Michael, and to Jack. But it wasn't enough. And it was too late. Because of the 4 of them, only 3 remained. And there was no going backwards from there. Chapter 1. Emily woke on the morning of her wedding with a voice in her head telling her not to do it. She was surprised, and she wasn't. She'd felt anxious for weeks, but she couldn't pin it down. Michael was never going to be the man who turned up outside her work with a passport and a packed bag and took her to Paris. He was never going to be the man who made her forget where and who she was when he kissed her. But he was the man she could trust with her life. The man who made her laugh, who understood and accepted her. While she was getting ready, her dress hung high on the wardrobe door and her shoes still in their box, she thought about telling her sister Josephine how she was feeling, but found that she couldn't say the words. It was nothing, she decided. It was nerves. A few hours later, Emily peered into a room where everyone was still and silent, the rustlings and the whispered conversations hushed by an announcement of her arrival. A thick slice of light was falling through the high windows, brightening the faces of the people gathered there. As she walked down the aisle towards Michael, she tried not to look at the front row, where her...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?